This is the 11th 752 mentalism square. And this square came about at exactly the middle point of this whole counting system, the whole project, or the journey of collecting guesses over a 700-day period of time. The middle day, the 350th day and the 351st day, would be December 9th and December 10th of 2020. And incidentally, or parenthetically, that was the height of my crypto trading. There was a period of time when I started crypto. It was in June of 2019, and there were rules to it, but I didn't know where the rules came from. They were just these like rules that I just knew intuitively. And one of the rules during the first year was that I could only trade on Wednesday. I couldn't do anything the whole week, but just Wednesday I could buy and sell on Wednesday. That's it. And I did that for a period of a full year. I did that for the full 2019 up until actually more than a year. I did that for 18 months, a year and a half. I did that from June of 19 up until this time in question that we're talking about right now, till the midpoint. And it was in the midpoint, a little bit after the midpoint, which would be January of 2021, is when I was able to trade every day. And don't ask, there's so much mystery to this that I'm trying to unravel, but don't ask who imposed these rules. I don't know who imposed these rules. They were rules that I just intuitively knew. And I went by them. I abided by these rules because, well, why not? This whole thing is something that came to me, and if it came to me, I might as well just take it as it comes and abide by the rules as they are given, so to speak. And so this time period is, you're looking again at a 35-day period of time, which is conveyed within a 25 square box. It's 25 square, a 5x5 grid. And this corresponds to, this is the 11th 752 square of mentalism. Its subtitle, or the title is, I don't know if it's a title or subtitle, but it's called Where Do Our Guesses Come From? And it's an exploration of randomness and parapsychology, psychic phenomenon such as telepathy, and the deeper inner mind, or layers of mind, or different minds within minds. And if they are able to be accessed, and the numbers are the tools, or they're both the destination and the journey to get there. And so the 11th 72 square, if you look at the top left-hand corner, which is A1, which would be in the yellow column. The yellow is Thursday. It always starts on a Thursday, and don't ask me why either. Again, those rules were just there, and I just intuitively knew how to do this. I didn't really ask anyone. The instructions were in my mind, and I just conveyed them as they were conveyed to me. So A1 356 corresponds to Thursday, December 10th, 2020. You could call that the midpoint of this whole counting period. And it was Yom HaMishi, 24th day of Kislev, 5781. So it was Erev Hanukkah, it was right before Hanukkah. So it was like 1 year of doing it, just about. That started Hanukkah, the previous Hanukkah in 2019. And the parsha was Vayeshev. The Daf Yomi on that day was Psachim 19. And if you look, in every day, we're going through these boxes, these numbers, okay? And they're all guesses. Guess. Not my guesses. They're other people's guesses. One person's guess. And that person was patient enough and willing enough, compliant enough to just go along with it for almost 2 years. I find that remarkable in its own right, which is itself part of the phenomenon, or the strange thing is that he was willing to do this for that period of time. And I guess it's not so hard to guess a number, but every single day for 2 years, I mean, I could see how one might get annoyed with it, but in his case, it was not. And so I'm trying to figure out patterns. I tried to run this through AI, and again, they can do basic stuff. They can't identify any pattern here. They would just call it a random number, a random set of numbers, with no apparent reason why one comes after the other. Although I am exploring the hidden meaning or the pattern in it, but there's so much data that I'm presenting it now to many communities, the mathematical community, but not just the mathematical community. I have a strong inclination, a strong feeling that this has something to do with the crypto world. Now, I spent about 1.5 years, let's say maybe 2 years, buying and selling crypto, trying to make money. I really had thought that I was going to make a living doing that, but alas, it didn't pan out the way I had hoped. And I would really love to do that, because you're dealing with information and technology, and you're dealing with and making a living at that. That was my dream, and it still could be, but it's not right now. So, but I always have hopes of going back into it at this from a level of information technology. So, I'm presenting this really to the crypto community as well. I would like to find out if this can be connected to the blockchain, and so I don't know what that means, but maybe it could be, or if there's some utility to it, some kind of a token could be attached to this. I think that would be something very, very worthwhile. I'd be very interested in exploring that. If anyone of you in the crypto world would be interested in collaborating, I'd be happy to do that. And so it finished off on Wednesday, the bottom, the E5, that blue number 17 there at the bottom, 017, is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. That's Yom Revi'i, 29th day of Tevet, which parenthetically is the yahrzeit, the day anniversary of passing of Rabbi Yitzchak Kaduri, of blessed memory, the Zakan HaMakubalim, the head Kabbalist in Jerusalem, and he lived till a very old age, till either 106 or 108, and it was said that he had actually met the Messiah, and in a vision, and he left a note after he passed away concerning the Messiah. And so, 29th of Tevet, 571, the parsha was Va'era, and the Daf Yomi then was Pesachim 53. If anyone has any ideas about this array of numbers, what it could mean, the kinds of patterns that it could be suggesting, if there's an unusual number of prime numbers, usual number of, I'm just going to throw out stuff I heard of, Alicot numbers or triangle numbers or any kind of numbers, any numbers at all that are interesting. If you're a number theorist, if you're into number theory or pure mathematics, or you just understand numbers, I'll be very curious to hear from you, and I look forward to any input that you might have. Thanks for watching.